What's up guys, it's Lightsparrow here, and today I wanted to make a video on a topic that I think is pretty relevant right now, especially relevant to this channel and the community around this channel. So you can tell by the title of the video and the thumbnail of the video probably too, that I'm going to be talking about how Summoners War is kind of dying right now, at least in terms of the YouTube content scene. So in terms of the player base, I don't really know how to tell how many players are online at any certain time or how many people there are logged in or any of that stuff. And I don't know if there even is a way to, unless you're come to us and you just have the stats on you or something. So maybe the game is still growing and just with new players. But in terms of the older players, I've been hearing news about all sorts of guilds being dismembered or disbanded, whatever. Guilds that aren't guilds anymore, and G3, G2, G1 players that are just quitting, they're selling their accounts, this, that, or the other. And it's starting to happen quite a bit now. We've had one kind of like, I don't want to call it a scare, but one kind of like situation like this happened more or less a year ago from this year, about the spring/summertime of 2017, where a bunch of Guardian players began to quit. But now it just came on my mind again because this time even I'm starting to lose interest in the game. The last time a bunch of players fell off, I was personally still obsessed with the game and I was playing all the time. But now I hardly ever play, honestly. I get on for my Guild Wars and most of the time I remember my Siege, but I haven't done Arena in months. I haven't grinded Giants or Dragons or Necro in months. I just really don't care to play all that much anymore. I've just kind of lost interest. And so I kind of wanted to talk about that now. So pretty much summons, and a lot of them are live stream recaps of summons, which, like I said, that's fine. I don't have any problem with people doing that, and especially because it's pretty hard to make videos now because everything has been done pretty much. Like Guild Wars with any team comps have been done. Everyone has summoned everything by now, if not on their own account, on someone else's account. Everyone has a video of LD Nat 5s. Everyone's got a video of Perna, Zyros, Feng Yan, whatever. All the good Nat 5s, Camila. And there's no new PvE content had introduced in a long time. And even if there was PvE content introduced, let's be real, that's not going to get people that excited unless it was very challenging for the late game scene. And the reason I say challenging for the late game scene is because for the most part, the YouTube community is in the late game scene. Hyper and I are both at the very bottom end in terms of game progression and on the YouTube scene, if you want to even call us on the YouTube scene. We've been making videos now for, I think like 3 years now actually, or maybe just 2 years, 2.5 years. And we're at the bottom of the totem pole, but we only have 1,000 subscribers. So I don't. Some people definitely, plenty of people definitely don't know us, and a lot of people wouldn't consider us part of the Summoners War community. But the bigger guys in the community are all very good at the game, and new PvE content is not going to be interesting for more than a week or two for most Summoners War YouTube channels. So there needs to be some kind of new PvP content. And then when you think of new PvP content, I'm sure there's people that have really good ideas for how to improve it, but me personally, I can't really even think of anything that would make me really want to come back and start playing again. That's a PvP or PvE. I'm kind of just bored of the game. Like, it just seems like there's nothing. Summoners War has used up the extent of what it can do, just given how much of a simulation grinding kind of game it is, rather than like a live action kind of game, like a first person shooter or whatever, or like Fortnite, which is really blowing up. Even though the Summoners War community is kind of starting to stop upload Fortnite, and if they wanted to upload Fortnite, I really have no problem with that. I'm just saying that there was a time where a lot of Summoners War YouTubers were uploading Fortnite, but now a lot of the Summoners War channels are switching over to DHC and MMEG, which I haven't played them very much, basically just the tutorial on both of them, because they both just seemed like Summoners War to me, and I didn't really care to start a new Summoners War game. Even, whatever, if people want to start a new Summoners War game, I really have no problem with that. I'm just personally not looking for a new Summoners War. I'm just looking for a new game in general. So yeah, that's kind of why I think Summoners War is dying. There's no content left to make that's interesting. Like I said, Guild Wars, been there, done that. The G3 players have done it all. They've used wacky 3-star monsters. They've used OP Nat 5s. They've used wacky team comps in general and really gimmicky comps. And now there's not a lot left to do, except unless you want to go to the really trash monsters. But there comes a point where it's like no one cares to see you make a video on the Light Fairy in G3 Guild Wars, because it's just, what's the difference between using the Light Fairy in Guild Wars and then when you use the Light Fairy Queen in Guild Wars? Because they're two different Light Nat 3 monsters that no one builds because they're not very good. So that's kind of where it's going. And even on our channel, we're not uploading that much. And what I'm complaining about not having content, we're uploading the same stuff. We're uploading summons, we're uploading Guild Wars. When I think of a topic that comes to my mind, I'll upload it. Like yesterday I had the why I don't like Gemini, and a lot of people hated that video, and I was just speaking my opinion, and I still stand by it that I don't like Gemini, but people like him, so whatever. If you like him, you like him. But we're running out of content here too. We're just posting if we want to post. We quit posting for about a month and a half or 2 months earlier, and that's just because we didn't want to post. We didn't have anything we wanted to post, so we just didn't. So at least on this channel, we're not really going to force any videos. If you guys were curious about the future of this channel, future of Summoners War, because future of Summoners War is very related to the future of this channel, given that it's a Summoners War channel. I honestly don't know if I can promise Summoners War videos forever, just because I'm not going to speak for Hyper on this. I personally am getting kind of bored of the game, and so if I want to start posting other videos, I'm going to do that. A few weeks ago, I posted a Fortnite video, and it was fun posting it. I don't think I want to switch to a Fortnite channel by any means, though, because it's so oversaturated, and it's not my cup of tea. I tried 2 videos on it, and really, it just wasn't my thing. I didn't really want to. But if I start posting videos on other stuff in the future, don't be too surprised. The odds of this channel switching to a whole different topic anytime soon is really small, because the whole channel fan base is strictly Summoners War, because all we've ever posted on this channel is Summoners War. So I'm aware that if I just turn off Summoners War and put on something else, I'm not going to have any viewer base. So it almost feels like if I want to just totally switch it, I should just make a new channel and tell you guys about it, because those of you who wouldn't be interested in the new topic wouldn't want to stay subscribed to this channel when half the videos in your sub box are not even Summoners War related, and they'd be something else you're not interested in. So don't worry about us just completely switching up on you. That's not really the plan at all. I'm just saying that basically I think the game is dying, and I don't know if it's at a place where it can really be revived again. To the later audience, to the beginner audience, the game has definitely not gotten any worse. 3 years ago when I started playing and when I first got addicted to it, the game is far better now than it was back then. There's far more stuff to do. It's far more interesting. But that community is not making YouTube videos, the beginners community. It's the late game players. Most of the Summoners War YouTube community has been playing as long or longer than me, and I've been playing the game for like 3.5 years now. So it's actually approaching 4 years now. But you know, the community on YouTube is not new, and I want to say that the only way Summoners War is going to keep growing as a game is just through the beginning players, because I think most people in my boat are kind of just tired of this game by now. It's gone on long enough, and it's too repetitive to play for 4 years as much as I've played it for 4 years. So I think I'm going to call that a video now, guys. Be sure to leave your comments in the comment section below, because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be really upset to hear that I think the game's dying, because last year when it was being brought up that the game was kind of dying, I got kind of like upset about it, because I was like, how could my favorite game be dying? Like, it's just kind of sad to think that something you spent so many thousands of hours into is kind of fading away. But that's kind of the reality I'm coming to now, is I've spent literally thousands of hours playing Summoners War, and now I personally have kind of lost interest in a lot of the game, and I don't know if there's any way it can really spark my interest again. But that's really all I have for this video though, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave that in the comments section. And with that being said, guys, may the best of your todays be the worst of your tomorrows.